Hi. It's been a while since we've seen each other. And I'm sorry, life gets in the way, and you really, sometimes you lose track of the things that help you, which you should never lose track of. The things that help you, that's what you need to keep close. So what we're going to do today is we're going to paint. We're going to talk about depression. And I need to keep track of time. So, depression's a really tricky subject to talk about because it's different for everyone. There's also things you can relate to it with people. The hardships that you go through, the challenges that you face, the thoughts that you have in your head. I'm just painting by random. I'm just going with what my hand does. I don't really have a vision here. What I want everyone to know is, because today I had a really bad morning, and it's okay to cry, like it's okay to let stuff out, because when you keep it inside of you, you're letting it consume you, and you're letting it basically eat you up inside, and it's literally eating up all your happiness, and it's eating up all the joy that you have left. And I can honestly say, getting closer to God and continuing to get closer to God, everyone has a different religious belief. I'm just sharing my own experience that has truly helped me, because there's a lot of people in this world that'll take advantage of you, and they'll take advantage of your heart because they know you have a good heart, and they know the sickness that you deal with, and they still hurt you, and they just leave. That's what I'm used to, people just leaving, and specifically men. They just don't, like, when they find out something's wrong with me, it's like they immediately look at it like that's my, that's gonna be my strategy. Like, that's what I'm gonna use to brainwash her. That's what I'm gonna use to take advantage of her. That's what I'm gonna use, to get the best of her and make her think that my intentions are true. And it's really hard to try and give your heart to someone when all you deal with is heartbreak, and all you do is get left behind to deal with it all on your own. So when that happens to you enough, you start to believe that you're not good enough to be loved, and that you're just not meant to be with someone because you're too much yourself to deal with. And I can let you know right now, that is not the case, that you are incredible, and you are so extraordinary, and you are one of a kind. And I want you to never forget that. Because God placed you on this earth for a reason, and everyone has their own specific purpose. And I want you to never forget that purpose, and I want you to never lose the motivation to find out exactly what that purpose is. Because that purpose is what you're destined to be in life, and that purpose is what you're destined to do. It could be one thing, it could be multiple things. For example, I love helping people, and I truly believe that's the gift that God blessed me with, because He knows how I feel, battling my own battles and going through what I go through. So I truly believe He's blessed me with this gift to just help other people go through the same things, and to tell them that it's going to be okay, and to be an example that, I tried to leave this earth too, but I'm still here. Because I know I have people that love me, and, you really have to think about all the positives more than the negatives. Because that outweighs it every time. And you may feel because I myself feel like no man will ever know love me, like no man will ever be able to take me serious, and that's honestly what I believe and what I think. That's why I'm just very standoffish now, because I don't want the same thing to happen to me like what happened before, multiple times before, because as soon as I get attached to someone, they leave. And then I'm left with all this confusion. I'm left with all these questions to answer for myself, you know? And that's, for someone who doesn't have a sickness, I could see how easy that is to move on and to do you know what I'm saying? But for someone with a disease, and for someone like who deals with depression, deals with anxiety, and deals with that on a daily basis, it's a lot harder, you know, because we overthink everything like 100 times more than a regular person would, just a normal person would. And not saying we aren't normal, we are unique because of what we have. We are not difficult, we are not strange, we are not worse than other people. We're unique. Never think of yourself as lower than anything else but unique, because that's what you are. And you should never forget that. And I've picked up painting because I don't know if I feel an emotion or if I just feel some kind of way now, I'll just start to paint. And whatever, like, I don't really know how to explain it, I guess. Whatever my mind's feeling, my hands just kind of reciprocate that and kind of mirror that just on the paper. It may be something dark one day, it may be something happy the next. You know, my goal is to make nothing but happy things, but it's better to just get it out and express it more than anything, because once you get it out on that paper, you're able to look at it, and you're able to look at it directly, you know, and say, you cannot defeat me. You are not more than me. You are not more than the God I have. You are not more than the being that I am. You are not stronger than I am. You'll never be stronger than I'll ever be. Continue saying that. And what I've also started doing, I've been waking up. When I wake up in the mornings, I've been saying positive words to myself also before I go to sleep. It just kind of leaves me with a better mindset, I personally think. And, yeah. And regarding like medicines, there's so many different depression, anxiety medicines, so many different things. And something about that as well, don't ever let someone make you feel like that medicine defines you, like without it, you know, you're nothing. That medicine helps you. And sometimes, you know, in a world, you know, sometimes, like I said, everyone's different. Sometimes medicine won't help you. Sometimes it'll be a family member that you need to speak to. Sometimes it'll just be a Bible verse that you need to pick up and read. Like I said, I paint. Don't let what you see on social media, or don't let negative people in general, don't let their words defeat you or make you feel like you're in this box and you're in one specific category. No, you're not. You will never be defined in one specific category. You will never be defined as one specific being, because you're so much more than that, and you're so many things. That's why you're so unique. You know, someone could say, well, you get into your feelings too much. No, I have a heart. I have a heart, and I have feelings. What is that? I don't know. I have a heart and I have feelings. And my heart's so big that sometimes I put other people's feelings before my own. People are going to try to talk down on you, and people are going to try to talk so bad on you, especially when there's someone else in the mix who wants to give you a bad name and make you seem like a horrible person. Those are the people that you just need to pray about. Those are the people that you need to send positivity their way. There's no reason on adding to the fire that they've already, like, fueled. Because once you start doing that, what does that say about you? It says you're just as bad as them. So why would you want to stoop to their level? You should never do that. You should always be higher. You should always think higher than them. And you should always think more positive than they do, no matter what. Because they want you to get down to that level so they can do nothing but defeat you with their words and their actions. And they want you to get to a lower level where you feel like there's nothing left for you. People want you to feel defeated. There's sadly people out there that do not care what happens to you, that do not care how you turn out in life, that do not care how you feel, do not care enough to check up on you. There's people that will literally give up on you because they think that you have this disease, so you're too difficult to deal with. You're too difficult to be involved with. And it sucks and it's heartbreaking. It's very sad, but it's real life. And I always say, the way I look at it now is, I'm so happy I found this out now than I did later, because if I would have invested my time in this person and I would have gave them my all like I've done so many times before, I know I'd be even more heartbroken than I am now. And everything takes time. You may get over something and one day it may take weeks, it may take months. But just know that everything takes time and everyone is different. Like I've said, we are all unique in our own ways. This disease is not a sickness. It is a uniqueness, okay? This is just something else that God put on our plates and God put on our life that he knew we were able to face and he knew we were able to deal with. God wouldn't have placed this in our lives if we weren't able to deal with it, if we weren't able to reach out to find the resources that help us deal with it. Even on the bad days, he knows that we're going to find something to get through it and we're going to find something to make us feel better. Nothing that's negative, but something that is positive. So don't look at this as a bad thing. Don't look at this as a negative thing. Look at this as a blessing. Look at this as another gift that God's placed in your life that he knows that you can handle and he knows that will not defeat you. Because with prayer and with real family that checks up on you and that cares enough about your well-being, because sadly there's not, every family member is not gonna relate to what you're going through. As long as you have the ones that do, that's all that matters. It's not the amount that you have, it's just the ones that you have that actually can understand it. And I'm just praying for all of us each and every day. And I want to let anyone know that if you need someone to speak to, just reach out to me. Hopefully when this quarantine's over, I can start like a group where we could just meet up and we can even meet up in parks, paint. Or maybe we can go to a restaurant, like my Wine It Outs. I love that. That was my main objective of that. People have hard weeks, so 2 Fridays of every month, we'd meet up. We just let everything out, talk about everything, good, bad, accomplishments, trials that aren't that good and aren't that happy, and I'm excited to get back to that. And I know especially during this time, it's hard, to deal with emotions, everything like that, because you are cooped up inside most of the time, if you are, in general, and you just feel like there's nowhere to go and you just are trapped, almost. So whenever you feel that feeling, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to immediately think about all the people that love you. I want you to immediately think about all the positives in your life. And I immediately want you to say, any negativity that is consuming me right now, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. And I remove it from my life immediately. No negativity will overwhelm me. No negativity will take over my being. I'm stronger than that. I'm better than that. And whoever thinks differently simply does not matter. You are so blessed. And like I will always say, you are so unique. And I promise you, we are on this journey together. It's so many things that just defeat people, feeling like you'll never be loved, stuff like that. Just feeling like You know, I don't want to go through this day again, you know, feeling like this. Look at it as a new day to try something. Look at it as a new day to try something for you. Don't look at the negatives. Just whatever, even if it is the small positives, whatever positives you can take out of that day, look at those more than any of the negatives. Because as soon as you look after those positives more than the negatives, those negatives are going to be like, what is she doing? And your mind is going to basically like rewire itself. Maybe we should focus more on the positive than the negatives. All right, let's block these out and let's bring this in. You have to train your mind almost. And I want you to know that you are important enough and that you do mean enough to take the time to make yourself better again. However much time it takes, it's all going to be worth it. And I want you to know that sometimes the medicine does not always solve problems. Like I said, I've started painting, which really helps and is really soothing. You just need to find what you love. I recommend Pinterest. One of my coworkers also recommended a self-care box. You can make, it's personalized for everyone's preference. You can put face masks in it, you know, maybe a stress ball, maybe your favorite book, you know, whatever you want to put in that box, do that and decorate it how you want to. Based off of what you like and based off of what you're interested in. That's the whole point of the box. You can look it up on Pinterest. There's a lot of ideas for it on there. And this is what we've come up with today. The way I look at this painting is, it's not the best. I'm not in Picasso. There's so many different emotions going on around you, right? But you are this beautiful, beautiful flower that may feel like you're just in the dark, you know, hence the dark color of the flower. And all these emotions are around you, but you're still standing and you're still rooted in the ground because you are that strong and you can never be pushed down, okay? And you can never be defeated. That's my little 4-year-old painting, but it's still beautiful to me because I put my effort into it and I had a meaning to it. I hope you've at least taken one thing from this video today. I didn't really cry all that much. I kind of did all that earlier. I love you. God loves you. The people who are truly destined to be in your life for those correct, positive, and right reasons, they love you. And I want you to know that your purpose on this earth is so needed and it's so important. I don't want you to give up. And I want you to reach out to me. I want you to reach out to someone that you trust. Even if it is a suicide line, even if it is someone you need to talk to incognito, so to speak. You don't want other people to know. That's okay. Whatever you're most comfortable with, so that you don't end up doing something negative to yourself that you didn't even deserve in the first place. Your mind and those negative thoughts consumed you enough to make you feel like that. That's never the truth. You are more than that. You are better than that. You are so beautiful. You are so unique. You are so extraordinary. You are so incredible. I hope you never forget that, and we are on this journey together. You know, I'm going to think of more ideas to do. I don't have to go back to work until August, so I have plenty of time. But you all mean the world to me. You really do. And like I said, we're in this together. If you need me, let me know. And we are unique. We are not defeated. We will never be defeated. And we will always stand strong. Just like this flower, even if there may be darkness inside, it is still rooted, it is still strong, it is still standing despite all of these different emotions going around it. And we will talk soon. And I hope you have a really blessed day. And smile, be happy, do something for yourself today. I'm gonna post the Pinterest link for the self-care boxes, suicide prevention number, a couple other things maybe if I find they may be important. And I love you. God loves you. And I know one day, if you don't already, you will truly love you as well. Everything takes time, especially the most beautiful things.